Hey Libra Seekers, welcome to the Existential Shift. I'm feeling guided to start with an oracle. We're going to do the Animal Spirit. Hey Foxy. And then we're going to move to the Golden Universal Tarot. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Morgainne. Very happy to have you. And if you're an old timer, I love you. Okay. This is a reading for February. If you're new and you enjoy, feel inspired, learn something, entertain, whatever the case may be sure to subscribe to join the shift so you can have more. And for my seekers in general, you can book a private reading with me. We can talk on the phone or live video or recorded session, pre-recorded one. Look at the options below. The link is below. It's at the existentialshift.as.me. Animal Spirit for Libra, please, for February. Vulture. Things are stripping away. It's in alignment with the South Node transiting your sign. Peeling off, sucking out. Just things that are no longer you. No longer. And this has been a theme in your readings for a while because it's a long process. So it seems to be continuing in February, but there's a level of intensity. A deeper level of intensity with the vulture here. It's almost like things have already fallen. Things are already gone that are supposed to be gone. And this is an energy that kind of clears out the residue. The habitual cycles that you still tend to do out of habit, even though you know it's no longer in alignment with you, dear. And you are refinding, rediscovering the gentility, the softness, the naivety, the trust that you inherently have when you feel comfortable and safe, right? When you feel unsafe and when the situation is unjust and wrong and problematic, you become very harsh and very sharp and very clear and active and decisive. You know, difficult situations bring that out of you. But in your heart, you're tender, right? So this is good. This means that there's a clearing out of things that you already know are over, but now it's like taking it to the next level of actually, say you're separated, and now the person, your partner, is actually moving out. Or you have been separated, living separately for a long time, but now you're actually filing for the divorce. You already gave your notice to your job that you're leaving. You had to give extra 2 weeks, you know, for them, enough time for them to find someone or for you to train someone, and now it's actually done. Things like that. It also applies on an energetic level, and it all just gives you a sense of ease where, like, okay, now you can start to calm down and relax and put your feet up and maybe find something that is more in alignment with you. That is awesome. Okay, let's move to the tarot. Bottom of the deck, I'm just going to say a crow. You'll get to find the magic in you. When you're so bothered with 3D stuff to handle and to manage and to clear, your magic takes the back seat, right? Because okay, now we need to deal with the 3D, but you'll get to become reacquainted with your energetic dreams and intuition and psychic abilities and just curiosity for the world. Maybe you learn something new, esoteric. I do teach tarot. You can check out my tarot masterclass. Yeah, this is nice energy, Libra. I like this for you. Okay. February, please. Happy Valentine's Day. It's in February. Hope you'll get some flowers. If not, get some for yourself. I got these for myself. Okay. I try ideally to have flowers every Friday for the weekend, for the Shabbat. I don't always, but I try. It's nice. Okay. Libra. Show me Libra for February. Magician, he was also on the split when I cut the deck in two and shuffled. Okay. It's time for your power to come outside and play. I mean, your power has been there, right? But it was kind of moderated, mitigated, and handled and managed. Because there were other things. And you were letting it out little by little here and there where it's appropriate, where it's suitable, because I feel like the situation or even situations in your life have been very complex and needed to be handled with a lot of delicacy and diplomacy. So you couldn't really just express yourself with creativity and with a desire and impulse. You had to like be cautious with what you say next to who. Two of Cups. But now you get to be you. You get to really wear your colors and spread your wings and express yourself in a kind of fearless, um, liberated way. And that's sexy. And that's bringing in someone that really likes your style and really likes your truth and really likes your freedom and your talents and your skill, all of it. You're a multi-talented person. You have a lot in your toolbox, right? And you really know how to use what and when. Like you recognize, okay, this is a time where I can be a little bit more myself, be a little bit more mischievous, have a little bit more fun. You know. And so if someone finds it really attractive, um, they like that. And that's exactly what you need, Libra. Someone who likes you for who you are, that doesn't see how you change and morph as a trickster or inauthentic, that they understand that you're complex and full and have a lot of aspects within you, and you take them out appropriately where, the way it's needed. And that's brilliance, you know, that's a talent that maybe others don't have, so they judge you for it, they belittle it, so they feel better about not being able to do that. Well, that's all done and gone and done with. Oh my gosh. Okay. 9 of Wands. Who are you explaining yourself to? You still have that little voice in your head that tells you to please this and that or the other when they're either not in your life anymore, or you already recognize their issues that they projected onto you. You feel like you need to be somehow in the defense over this really nice thing that is happening. Maybe you're worried of the evil eye. Maybe you're worried of jealousy. Maybe you're worried that if you'll be happy and just enjoy it and let yourself be in it, then someone will have an issue with it or energy will dissolve from it. This is based maybe on past experiences where there was sabotage, possibly. I don't know. The Magician and the Two of Cups, that is a lot of really healthy, beautiful energy that I think you deserve to enjoy. Now, 8 of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, so you're taking this Hold on. This could be someone in relation to you. This could be you in relation to someone else. I'm going to say that it's someone in relation to you, but these are general readings, so apply it the way it, the way it applies to your situation. I think someone has been trying to hold on to their connection with you. Um, to make things fit, even though maybe they don't anymore. And I see this person seeing you now happy, now succeeding, now doing well, maybe meeting someone new. And first they're a little bit, they're still holding on a little bit. They're still, well, maybe it's not real. Maybe they'll come back to me. But then very quickly they realize that it's not the case because you seem like to start, it seems like you're starting something really nice and really good that kind of shines like that. So they're moving away, they're letting go. Um, they're holding on at first, and then they count their losses and move on. Strength. They're gonna find the inner strength inside of them to find something that is more in alignment with them, and they're gonna really try to be happy for you, and you should do the same, Libra. And I mean, like, try to be happy for you, and not carry guilt, and understand that life's complicated. Sometimes situations are a win-win. Sometimes the situations are lose-lose. More often than not, it's a win-lose. If two people are applying for an apartment or for a job, one gets it, the other doesn't. If two people are into someone, one gets the person, the other doesn't. It's just, I get that a lot of people don't like this. It's not a matter of liking it or not. It's just a matter of, it's just the laws of physics currently that we live under. Um, so you're going to have to not feel guilty. Try and not feel guilty for being happy, for being chosen, for getting the person, getting the job, getting acknowledged that you're talented and that you're positive and that people want to be around you and people choose you. And that is awesome. And it's not to say that the other person, in whatever the situation is, will not be chosen in a different scenario that is better for them. Also honor the boss that wants you because you know better. Honor the person that wants to be with you because they have feelings for you and not for the other, right? If you just pass and let the other person win, even though it's not the natural, you know, thing to happen, if like other people will lose from it as well. If you care about someone, would you want them to pass you along to someone else just because they feel bad because someone else also has feelings for you, even though you don't care about that other person? You're getting the picture, right? Try to not be in a place of righteous indignation and call it, um, I don't know, what do you call it? Spiritual? No. Kind? No. Pretentious? Egoic? Yeah, believe it or not, but sometimes when you give up on something that is more rightfully yours for different reasons, for the sake of someone else feeling better or having something that isn't more rightfully theirs, um, first of all, in the short run, it might seem like you're benefiting them, but not really, because they'll need to prove themselves and then they'll fail and then the pain will be greater. And everyone else involved who doesn't get to have the best they can have, rather something less, just so that you could feel good about yourself and feel spiritual or feel mighty or feel moral, hurting others for your ego, even if it's like wrapped in a really nice explanation, a really nice description. It's still hurting others for ego. Sometimes choosing yourself is not just kind for yourself, but also kind for others. If you're the best person for the job, if you're the best person for that person. Mm-mm-mm. There's humility and then there's stupidity. Don't confuse the two. Mm. Six of Swords, the Moon, and the Tower. Okay. There is definitely something that falls apart here. Unpleasantly. It's there's an illusion that breaks down that makes something collapse. I think maybe two people that have been holding on to the image of their love, to the habit of their love, to the story of having love, um, completely ignoring that in essence it's been over for a long time. I think either there's a trip or a vacation, something that kind of brings it all up in a really clear manner. Like, no, there's just no way to ignore it. And it's like the illusion breaks, the bubble explodes. It's like you were able to really wrap it with a lot of plastic bubblegum explanations as to why it's still good or why it can still be good or why it can be resolved. And I think there's a really strong realization that breaks it all down. And then, you know, the writing was on the wall, but it will be experienced as a surprise. I have to move out, or they have to move out, or we need to end this, or I need to leave, or, again, it can, I'm just giving examples. It can play out in so many different ways. Um, so yes, it's going to might maybe feel surprising, but if you'll be honest with yourself and look back, you'll recognize that it's not really a surprise. And there were several moments along the way where you could have led this change. Now, don't freak out. It's just dramatic. These are cards, right? It's like the imagery is dramatic, but it can actually feel like a sigh of relief, like something that you let fall down because, okay, well, maybe I can actually now be with this person that I'm really passionate about, or maybe now I can actually do the thing that I really like my way, or now I can actually go to a place that is more suitable. Again, it's I also see information from distance that kind of shakes you up and like makes either a belief system or an idea or an ideology or um, that you've had that was pretty solidified in your head kind of crumble, kind of break, it's like a house of cards collapsing. There was no substance to have it stand in the first place. And now you recognize it. It's like it's just a domino effect. And I do recommend to not fight it. Um, Three of Wands. See, this is confirmation that this is good. This is a new direction. Not even a new direction. It's a direction that has existed in you, that is right for you, that is familiar to you, but maybe you kind of you took a detour and you stayed there, right? Or I don't know, there's a return to your direction. There's looking ahead, there's understanding what's next. Like you'll have, this will not be like a really confusing, troubling situation where you don't know what's next. Like once this is clear, you'll know what's next. You already kind of know what's next. King of Pentacles. You're becoming, you know, the leader or the master of your own domain. Maybe you're promoted to something, and yes, it's at the expense of someone else. That's usually how it goes. Or maybe you decide to open your own place and do your own thing. Maybe you're choosing someone else to invest in or work with or date. And this King of Pentacles, that's a very stable energy. That's a lasting energy. He shows up. Okay, he says something, he does it. He plants a seed, he waters it, right? It's not just a beginning for the sake of beginnings. It has an unfolding, continuous story. And this is actually really good and really exciting. The only thing that will make it harder than it should be is if you hold on to a sense of guilt that it's not your job to hold on to. Right? Let's look at the cards. By the way, I'm on socials. You can find me on X and on Instagram, The Existential Shift. Okay, let's see. I'm in the mood for doing this. Let's see the major arcanas. So a Magician, Strength, the Moon, and the Tower. Speaking of your magic, I'm going to talk a little bit about this right now. And then we have King of Pentacles. It's the only court card. 2, 3, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so there's no repetition in the minor arcana. It showcases the dissonance and lack of harmony currently. First, something needs to crumble, to collapse, so the harmony that is here, that exists, could play out. Right now it's a little gooey, right? Gooey. I love that word. Gooey. It's gooey. Sorry. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about magic. Because when we have the Magician and the Strength cards together, I mean something. These are the kind of things I teach on my Tarot Masterclass. I teach really in-depth tarot, okay? So they both speak of magic, but different type of magic. The Magician is the active black magic. The Strength is the passive white magic. What do I mean by that? First of all, when I say black versus white magic, I don't mean bad versus good. There's room to speak of black magic as bad, but this is not what I'm talking about here. Here I'm talking about active proactive exertion of actions, energies, intent for the sake of working with the energies and bringing about something to life, right? Making something out of nothing. It requires talent, it requires skill, it requires intelligence, multi-level intelligence, etc. And then there's the Strength card. This talks about the soul connection to anima mundi, right? To the collective spirit, to the higher purpose in the spiritual evolution, and how you fall into place in that. So when you want, from your deepest place, from your purest aspect of the self, of the soul, when you want something that is just naturally in alignment with the collective soul, with Anima Mundi, and with what the universe or God seeks and intends for humanity or for the cosmos to expand into. It just happens. You don't need to put any effort into it, because when it's in alignment with nature, nature just supports it. This is a higher octave, a higher level of magic, where you've done spiritual work, emotional, psychological work through the work of the magician, to reach a point where, okay, now I can work with the energies to get something happen, but I have a higher perspective and an understanding of, something bigger playing out. So I know what I want. What I want is connected to the desires of source, so I just trust that it will happen. No action is required. Now, this, what I said, passive magic, it's not really passive. This is a spiritual state to arrive to with the strength card, so it's not like I'm just sitting and waiting for things to happen. You continue, this is a combination of the two, right? You continue doing the acts that create and manifest and produce, but it's without control. It's without unhealthy attachment. It's without ego. It's with an understanding it might happen, it might not happen if it's in alignment. But just sitting and being passive, that's not this type of magic. And being controlling and abrasive and egoic and trying to force people apart or force people together or force a situation that is not right is also not active magic. The wisdom is the combination of the two. And when you grow like that, things that you've been in suddenly seem so ridiculous. And why am I even in this gooey, confusing situation when I can just take ownership of my life and make decisions that are in alignment both with myself and with spirit, and just go for it and be, you know? Maybe, the the higher intent here is that they do break up and that you end up with that person because of their karma or their situation, or because the love is gone, or because the other person has someone else better for them as well. It's like, but there's a difference between that versus you actively, purposefully, maliciously trying to break two people apart, for example. Now, on the other side of things, that is more, sometimes there's more likely fitting to you, someone chooses you. It means they don't choose someone else. You want them. Are you going to say no just because the other person is hurt? It just brings me back to the beginning of the reading. Don't over try to control things, but also don't over try to control things from the other side for like, okay, don't overly try to control things for your benefit. Also, don't overly try to control things for the benefit of someone else at your expense, just to feel like you're not controlling things for your benefit. Do you understand what I mean? I think you get it. You're smart enough. Now, I gave example of partnership because it's coming through, but it applies to really so many things. A competition, a job, an apartment, I don't know, a status. You're Libra, you're the sign that seeks balance. That is your journey. You can do it. You can figure it out. Check out the description box. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. Stay magic, stay true. I love you.